Hello all, quick introduction to what is, I suppose, ultimately going to be a quick tasting video, so hopefully not a very long one. In the market for a couple of Mangrove Jack's kits recently, still not managed to get back around to brew tools, making making a beer from whole grain, but I am very, very hopeful that is going to happen next weekend, so fingers crossed. However, in the meantime, when I was looking for a couple of kits, as you know, if you watch the channel, I do love the Juicer Session IPA by Mangrove Jack's, probably the best kit on the market for me. I noticed a couple of pilot batches, which I think the Juicer Session originally was, and maybe even still is actually. But the first one I'm going to tell you about is the Kveik IPA. So I think it's just an IPA that is bundled with Kveik yeast. I may be wrong. Maybe there's a special type of IPA that kind of marries well with Kveik. I have to admit, I'm not 100% sure. I've used this yeast before on an all grain beer, and yeah, it does exactly kind of what what it says. It ferments out in a couple of days. Really kind of clean flavor profile, superb stuff. So this is the first one that I'm going to do, and I'm actually going to put the end result in a pressure barrel, which I've not used for a while, but I ran out of gas on the old keezer, or is it there, and I can't get a gas cylinder for at least another week, so I need beer like ASAP really. So I'm going to get this Kveik fermenting today, get it in the pressure barrel, and hopefully in a week's time it'll be ready. Kind of winter's closing in now as well, so the houses are like really hot during the summer months, which is a bit of a drawback for the pressure barrels, is obviously temperature regulation. So hopefully that'll turn out well. So that is going to be the first tasting video, and I'm going to cut to the pouring and to the tasting. So apparently you get 2 packets of Kveik yeast, so this is going to go off like an absolute rocket. Happy days. Okay, here we are. So for those of you that are, I guess like me, who wanted to see how fast you could truly do a Kveik IPA kit from Mangrove Jack's, then here we are. 1 week later. Okay, right. There you go. So it's fermented, it's been dry hopped, and I have put this in a pressure barrel. And I primed it about 2 or 3 hours ago. So in terms of head, obviously nothing spectacular, but again, I only primed the keg a few hours ago, so it's not too bad in that respect. I mean, the Kveik yeast is obviously just goes to work straight away. You probably saw from the Earlock video, I mean, it literally takes minutes. It's insane. Obviously very cloudy still, as you would expect. So I'd expect that to kind of clear up over the next week or so. And the question is after a week, is it drinkable? So let's dive in. I'm not pouring a full pint because this is literally just a sample, just to give it a taster. That's not half bad, That is not half bad. Okay. So if I remember rightly, I think this came with, so the dry hops were Amarillo and Citra. I would say this is more on the kind of traditional IPA side, so a little bit more kind of bitter rather than the fruity, but you do get a bit of the fruit as well from the Citra hops. Very clean profile as well. Again, you probably expect that from the Kveik yeast. I mean, considering that is a week, 1 week from kit to glass, I have to colour me impressed. All right, you're probably not going to serve that to your guests. It looks like a bit of a sample. But yeah, I mean, if you're in a hurry and you want to get something down your to wet your whistle, but you can't really go wrong with that. I'm probably going to leave it a little bit longer just to clear up and let any kind of final flavours develop and all that. But I'm really impressed with that. And I don't know if it's that I'm impressed with the kit or just the Kveik yeast. Probably a bit of both.